So let's we're gonna start off. Let's start off, I think, with the. You know what? Let's start off with Paul Tassi's article about Suicide Squad. But before I get to this, I have a question for chat. Right? Those of you that are members in my channel, I would like to, non-members and members actually, on this channel, everything's open to everybody, right? And I don't want to close anything off to anybody, but I want to give perks or something more to members. So I would like to hear your opinions on that. And if you can go to our Discord, go to the feedback tab, and let me know what you guys think I should do for members. If it's an extra stream, if it's a certain part of the stream, if it's extra content, getting content first, something, anything. Let me hear your ideas, what you want, because I'm making the content, or maybe you don't want anything different at all. Maybe you just want it as exactly the same, but that's what I want to know. I want to know what you guys want as members that bring, bring more to the table, bring less to the table, just keep it the same. Let me know. Either you can say it here in chat, or you can say it in our Discord in the feedback section. What's going on, Sarge? What's going on, Dolphin? What's going on, RPG? All right, so Paul Tassi had a tweet on Monday talking about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League Episode 2 should already be out, but has yet no release date. So I like reading Paul Tassi's pieces, one, because it's his opinion, right? And he does bring up a lot of points and good points, usually in his other articles. And this is why I like bringing up his articles to bounce off of, right? So Quintar says, awesome as it is. All right, so Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League Episode 2 should already be out, but has no release date. If you guys like what we do here, we do this Monday through Thursday. I read articles live on chat on the live stream, and I read it for the first time, and then give you my thoughts and opinions. If you like this, hit that like, subscribe. And if you'd like to go above and beyond that, hit the membership button down below. All right, so Paul Tassi says that as I continue to monitor and fading heartbeat of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I'm wondering, when am I supposed to head back into the game to check out the content because of Season 1, Episode 2 still does not have a release date. And technically, it should already be out by now. Okay? It's crazy to me how companies don't learn from the other past companies that have made the exact same mistakes. Remember when Anthem came out, and Anthem had problems launching, and then they kind of went radio silent, and they thought that was a good move, right? And then they stayed quiet, and we didn't know what was going on, but that store just kept updating. Then we had, and the reason I'm bringing up these two games is because in the very beginning when this game got announced, I compared it to these two. Then we got Marvel's Avengers, okay? Where that game came out, and it was broke, buggy, right? In the end game type of stuff, sort of like Anthem. And they didn't tell you anything. They went radio silent as well. And then you're like, why did they learn from Anthem? Why didn't Marvel's Avengers learn from Anthem? Why didn't Suicide Squad, that came out literally 3 years later, didn't learn from Anthem, didn't learn from Marvel's Avengers, and yet here we are. They came out and said that we're making a game. It's going to be a live service game. It's going to have seasonal pass, seasonal content, that's all free. Again, the same mistakes that the other two made, and yet they make the exact same mistake again by, here it is, the game's out, yet the season that was supposed to be every 6 weeks, Episode 2 of Season 1 is supposed to be out by now, and yet they haven't said anything. Kind of strange, but let's read on. So Rocksteady keeps posting new items for upcoming changes that will also hit Suicide Squad for Episode 2, where seasons in the game are broken up into 6-week episodes. The first episode launched the new character, concept, and gear set. In this case, it was Joker and the Elseworld, and the Scarecrow set is in Episode 2. Has similar additions, like a new boss fight, enemies, and some new weapons. But the episode will also come out in significant balance economy and end game changes, the largest since release. Now, however, with every new update, Rocksteady gives about Episode 2, one thing is missing, an actual release date for the content. And these episodes are meant to drop every 6 weeks. Then Episode 1, having launched on March 28th, 6 weeks after that would be May 9th. Now it's May 13th, okay? Kicking off the new week here. And we don't know that the episode is planned out to launch at all this week. And with my luck, he says, as I post this, something after that, I say, but yet Every player under every tweet thread is asking, when is this coming out? And Rocksteady has no answers. This is the wrong thing. Remember we talked about when Helldivers came out and they started speaking. I compared it to Suicide Squad. I was like, Suicide Squad went silent for 6 days, and Helldivers within 6 hours was vocal, saying what was happening, what was going on with the servers, and they were proactive. These guys are not active at all, let alone proactive. Okay, it feels like a larger scale consequence is about to hit Rocksteady after WB Discovery specifically singled out the game's poor performance as contributing to a large loss in the past earnings report. Part of a $200 million hole at least, which is not all from Suicide Squad, but it's part of it. Okay, reports are that the game performed below even worst case expectations, but it seems that they are obligated to carry out the live aspect of it, so it's unspecified amount of time. We know a year of content at least is mapped out, but I don't know if it's further drops off or abort the plans, even earlier. It says, strangely, the one thing that Rocksteady would normally have been driving revenue is skins and in the store, but they also have all but ignored the entirely releasing only a small handful, rather poor skins, and other jammed into it takes way too long to finish the battle pass, right? So this is another problem with them. Not only are they not even putting stuff in the store, which is actually a good point. I like to point out as a good point, right? The game is not being updated, right? They're late with their next part 2 of their season, but they're also not just throwing stuff into the store as nothing is actually happening, right? So I guess it's a good sign that they're actually not throwing stuff in the store, but the problem is, all in general, it's just a bad look. They have yet to say anything about part 2 or episode 2 of season 1, right? They're not even putting skins in the game, which that's how they're monetizing the game. Okay, so they're having massive problems there. It says Avengers had this issue too, where it didn't sell any post-launch content but cosmetics, making revenue difficult, but it also had more cosmetics. It also had more players, a lot more. It seems by the way things are going. He says, I'm willing to give Suicide Squad more time if it keeps adding content, but if things are wobbling off schedule without information remaining community, what's going on? That's a problem. The people that are still playing this game, which I'm not, I've deleted the game from my hard drive, okay? I've said in the past that this game will get its 5 episodes or whatever you want to call it, if it's 4 seasons, 5 seasons, right? We had Miller Ross on the show before the game came out. He said they had like a 20-month plan. I think they stick with that. Even if the game bombs completely, I still think they release the content and it'll be up and running for at least 20 months before they close the doors on it, like they did in the past for Anthem, or they did in the past for Marvel's Avengers, right? This is a major, major issue. If you are a game developer, if you are a game publisher, if you are a person that's making a game that's live service, there's one thing. You can't have the cake and eat it too. You can't say that we're going to charge microtransactions and a live service aspect, and then when you don't say anything about that, okay, or do anything about that, say nothing on top of that, right? You literally sold this game based on what it was, which is a live service game that was going to get free updates and free stuff and every 6 weeks, and you said all this stuff, and yet nothing's coming out. No one's saying anything. Community managers, and I'm not saying Rocksteady specifically, just community managers in general have completely lost their minds, right? They don't say anything about the game. They go after customers, right? They're being more TNT than actual community managers. They're blowing up bridges instead of making bridges. This is absolutely insane to me that you could be a multi-million, billion-dollar company, okay, in some cases across the board, and yet say nothing. When you made the problem and now you're not saying anything to have a solution or to tell people, hey, I know you gave us $70. I know you gave us $120. I know you got this, whatever, and nothing's happening. This is insane to me. This is just yet another example why you shouldn't pre-order games. This is another example why you shouldn't buy season passes. Now, obviously, Suicide Squad is a free season pass. You're not paying for it. But the issue is you're still selling the game based on the content that you're putting in the game, and yet nothing's happening in the game. No one's saying anything about nothing. Now, me and Sarge have talked about this on Generation X Gaming. I said, if you have anything to say, don't say it at all. But when you already put out the plan of what your plan is, and then say nothing about that plan afterwards, that is red flags galore. These are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. What do you think's happening with Suicide Squad? Do you think it's coming out this week? Do they say anything? Maybe they didn't drop it because Starfield's update, Diablo's update. Who else is having updates this week, right? Ghost of Tsushima's launching this week. Maybe they decided that maybe we shouldn't put it out this week. There's a lot of other things going on. But again, they're not saying anything. Again, these are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. And if you like what I do here, please make sure you check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.